Guys, as you can see here, how do you create a reserve external static IP addresses in Google Cloud Platform? As you can see here, all the steps I'll show you inside the lab so that you can easily understand it. Similarly guys, I'll show you inside the lab how do you create a reserve internal static IP addresses in Google Cloud Platform. And as you can see here, all the steps as I mentioned here, and it is very important guys, in your go live project you can create a static IP addresses and then you can add your static IP addresses based on your different services in your project. I'll guide you all the steps inside the lab so that you can easily understand it, and based on your project or customer requirement you can create it. Let's switch to the GCP console web portal page. Guys, as you can see here, I logged in inside the GCP console web portal page. Then guys, click on navigation menu bar. Then click on VPC network as you can see here. Then guys, as you can see here, two VPC network is available here. One is VPC private one and another is default VPC network. Then guys, as you can see here, one IP address section is available here. First of all guys, you click on IP addresses here. Then as you can see here guys, there is two option is available here: reserve external static IP addresses, reserve internal static IP addresses. Guys, first of all I'll guide you how do you create a reserve external static IP addresses here. Then guys, click on reserve external static IP addresses here first. Then fill all the information field based on your project requirement. Guys, first name of the field static external. Guys, as you can see here, the name of the reserve static address as static external IP so that you can easily understand it. Then guys, that description is, this is the optional, you leave as it is. If you require you can fill here, unless you can leave as it is. Then network service tier guys, you can always select as default. Based on your project requirement you can select standard as well guys here, but you can select premium here for your practical purpose. Then you can select either IPv4 or you can select IPv6 based on your project requirement. Now guys, I'll select here IPv4. Then as you can see here, the reserve static IP address is, you can create for a regional or you can create for a global. If you create for regional, then click regional here, or if you click create on global, then you can select global here. But now guys, I'll select regional first. Then guys, default, already one region is the US Central is selected here. If you want to select a desired, like region, then you can select Europe, Asia and whatever you want guys. Based on your project requirement you can select here. Then guys, attach to nothing, that is select always none. Then guys, click on reserve button here, but before click on reserve, then you can verify all the information field is correct or not. Then guys, click on reserve button here and wait a couple of seconds. Create your static external IP based on your project requirement. Guys, as you can see here, one reserve IP is assigned for you, that is 34.31.198.182. Now guys, you understand how do you create a reserve external static IP address based on your project requirement. Now guys, I'll guide you how to create a new reserve internal static IP address based on your project requirement. Guys, as you can see here, there is a option is available here, reserve internal static IP address. Click on reserve internal static IP address here. Then fill all the information field, static internal IP, so that you can easily understand it. One is external IP and another is internal IP. Then select IPv4. Guys, IPv4 and IPv6 is option is available here. Guys, you select IPv4 in your project, then you can select IPv4. If your project is required IPv6, then you can select your IPv6 here. Now guys, I selected IPv4 here. Then click on network, then select your desired network. I'll select the VPC private network here guys, so that I'll show you inside the VPC network information field detail. Then select the subnet here guys. Now guys, the reserve internal static IP address here, I selected the network as VPC private one and select the subnet one. Then the remaining field guys, you can leave as it is. Guys, one option is available here, this is static IP address. As you can see, once you click on reserve here, then automatically assign a static IP address for your requirement or project requirement. For an example guys, if you want to select your own static IP address, then you can click on let me choose. Then you can add your custom IP address, whatever you want guys. For an example, 10.2.0.0/24. For an example, this is the IP ranges. But guys, this is the already ranges is defined here, so you can change here. For an example guys, if you want to fix your internal static IP addresses like 10.2.0.5, then you can add this IP address also based on your project requirement. But if you want to select assign automatically, then guys, once you click on reserve, then I'll show you what is the automatically assign the IP address for your requirement. Now guys, you click on reserve here, then wait a couple of seconds. Guys, as you can see here, reserve internal static IP address is successfully created here now. And the one IP addresses is assigned for you like 10.2.0.5, as you can see here. Now guys, I'll navigate to the VPC network. As you can see here, click on VPC network, then click on VPC private network here, then click on static internal IP address section here. Guys, as you can see here, this is your static internal IP addresses here. Now guys, I hope so you can understand how do you create a internal static IP addresses and how do you create a reserve static external IP addresses based on your project requirement. Then navigate to the IP addresses here. Guys, if you want to delete your internal static IP addresses, then how do you delete it? Guys, as you can see here, one option is available here, release static addresses. Click on release static addresses here, then click again guys, release here, then wait a couple of seconds to release all the reserved external IP addresses. Guys, as you can see here, both external and internal static IP addresses is successfully deleted here now. Now you can understand how to create a static internal and external IP addresses based on your project requirement. Now guys, I'll guide you how to create a new reserved static external IP addresses using GCP CLI command. As you can see here guys, this is the simple command, gcloud compute address create static CLI external IP. This is the name of the reserved external static IP address here. This is the project ID guys, and region I selected as US Central. Then guys, you can press enter and wait a couple of seconds. As you can see here, the static CLI external IP is successfully created here now. Then navigate to the GCP console web portal page, click on IP address guys. As you can see here, the static CLI external IP address is successfully created here now guys. Similarly guys, I'll show you how to create a reserved internal static IP addresses using the GCP CLI command. Let's switch to the cloud shell window terminal. Guys, as you can see here, this is a simple command to gcloud compute addresses create static CLI internal IP. This is the name of the static CLI internal IP addresses guys. Then I selected as this is a project ID. Then I selected as the region as US Central and selected subnet as subnet 1. Then guys press enter and wait a couple of seconds guys. As you can see here, the reserved static internal IP addresses is successfully created here now using the GCP CLI command. Let's switch to the GCP console web portal page. Then guys click on refresh. As you can see here, the static CLI internal IP address is also successfully created here now. Then automatically assign a external IP addresses here guys. Now guys, I hope so you can understand how to create a reserved external static IP addresses as well as internal static IP addresses in GCP console portal as well as using the GCP CLI command. Thank you and have a great day. See you in the next session.